I'm taking the time for a number of things that weren't important yesterday. I like just about everything about living where I do and how I do. There are some massive disadvantages, of course, mostly access to the sorts of cultural and social niceties of city living, but literally everything else makes up for that and beyond. There is just one small thing about the loft, though, which is and always has been a massive drain on my sanity, and that is the leaky roof. There are three ways in which it lets the rain in. If the drains are blocked, if there is a very large amount of standing water on the roof, or through the cracks. The worst of these is the water torture of the cracks. When it's all bunged up there, it gets a quick rodding and all is good again very quickly. The issue of the standing water is more to do with the geometry of the roof and is pretty easily taken care of as well. The light but precise jiggling of the downpipe covers usually takes care of it. I'm not sure that either of these first two could easily be fixed other than by a complete reimagining of the roof, which sounds expensive. I do like the idea of building a complete new roof, but I think I have enough to be getting on with, and it would end up taking longer than Gaudi's Saga Familia, so let's call that a non-starter. The drip through the cracks used to happen only with a very specific and heavy sort of rain, but this time the melting snow seems to have found a way through. And this newsletter is brought to you from the barracks indoor swimming pool. I did get to go to a shop in a car this week though, so I bought 2 different pots of sticky black stuff which I think might do a sealing job. On the ceiling! But I'm really not sure. The cracks should be fine. You're supposed to paint the goop onto the roof in 3 coats, letting it dry after each one. I'm sure that a light pour will do the job as well. Yes, I'm a massive fraud and a bodger. But it can't make it worse, can it? Famous last words. If the good folks at the meteorology office are right, and this coming week is indeed hot and dry, then we shall find out. In other roofing news, I've cut all the pieces for the tomato house to length and with appropriate angles in them. Nothing measured, all done by feel and vibe, so I hope it all comes together. I've sawn up a lot of very expensive firewood, if not. I think I posted a picture of a rafter design. It might have been to Instagram, it might have been here, I'm not sure. I was going to knock it all together with metal plates and brackets to keep it from falling apart. But at some point in the process I changed my mind and have decided to do a very minimal amount of joinery as well. So I have a whole bunch of mortises at funny angles to cut first. You know me, if there's anything I can do to make a job longer and more complicated, then that is exactly what I will do. In gardening news, I've been working on a design for an exciting new frost planning calendar. It's very cool. I was thinking about putting it in the book, and I've spoken to my lovely editor chap about it, and he's happy for me to make it available for download from either here or the website, and to include it in the book as well. So I really want to put some more work into that this week. I am supposed to be submitting a bunch of chapters as well, though. I should probably do that first. Anyway, point is, we're about 12 weeks off from the last frost. Which last frost, though? Ha ha ha! That is a teaser for one of the unique features in the planning calendar thingammy. So, I got some early sowings in. Onions, aubergines, chilies, mostly. It's really never too early for any of them. My outside growing season is 172 days long, rather less than half a year. Not nearly enough for the more exciting vegetables. So we do what we can to lengthen the available time for growing by keeping them close to the fire for the next 3 months. It's weird typing this when the sun is already up, knowing that days are now already a massive 10.5 hours long, but that it's still 3 months away from the last frost and the get in the garden season. That said, if the soil does dry out this week, it would be a lot of fun to try and get in a couple of rows of parsnip seed into the ground. And I'm afraid I don't have a good sign-off for this week, so I'll just say, love you all. See you soon. Your loving Pirate Ben. XO. XO.